Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. Imagine waking up one day and there are no meetings, no targets to chase, no conference calls, and no deadlines. Well, that's how a day in retirement could look like. But also imagine waking up one day and you don't have any idea what to do. You're bored, there is no purpose, maybe your life partner is even irritated of you just idling around. Well, that is also how a day in retirement could look like if you don't plan properly. And unfortunately, sometimes we focus so much on the financial side of this whole financial independence, retire early things that we forget or we put it on a backseat all those non-financial things that are equally or even more important towards this journey or planning towards retirement. So in this video, I'm going to detail out some of the stages that you go through towards that planning of those non-financial things. Because like on the financial side, there are multiple stages that we've listed down in a couple of our videos. Seema has done a dedicated video to that, that you go through what we call the financial security, the stability, the flexibility, and then financial freedom. And if you're lucky, you even go to the next stage, which is financial abundance. Similar to that, there are 3 stages that you go through when it comes to the non-financial planning. And so I'm going to detail out these stages and I'm going to give you our experiences that we've done through stumbling and learning on this journey of retiring early, and some of the tips and tricks and actions that you can do to move from one stage to the other. Just keep in mind that these stages are in parallel to the stages that you go through or the levels that you go through when it comes to financial independence. Because we do know quite a few folks who've achieved financial independence, but they have not planned those non-financial activities and they are at a very early stage. And that is the reason that they are not being able to take this bold step of retiring, be it at the early age or even the traditional age. So hopefully by the end of this video, it gives you a good idea of what all the actions that you should do towards this preparation. So let's get started. So the first stage is the typical beginner stage of becoming aware of retirement activities. The typical common traits during this stage or the telltale signs are, the first is that your life revolves around work, that your entire sense of purpose, meaning, everything is regarding career, and there is nothing wrong with that. It's just that we need to be aware that this is what we go through. The second telltale sign could be that not just your life revolves around it, but your social circle also is becoming predominantly around the work or the professional network. The third typical telltale sign or a common trait of this stage is that you've discussed very little or even no conversation about retirement between yourself and your life partner or family. And a good question to ask to test that out to yourself as well as your life partner is that, how do you envision a day in retirement, a week in retirement, a month in retirement, and a year in retirement? And if you're coming up with a generic answer or you're struggling with the answer, that means that you're just at this beginner stage. Now, what can you do about it? So the first thing that you should do, that we've covered in many of our videos, is that you start putting up your non-financial plan towards retirement. So wherever you are documenting all your financial plan in an Excel sheet or a PowerPoint, in that Excel sheet, put a tab page, which is the non-financial side of this journey. In one of the videos, we called it the Memento Mori tab page, because this is your living life fully tab page. And in this plan, you should document all the hobbies, passions, the activities that you would like to do during your retirement. The second is to start this conversation based on this tab page between yourself and your spouse and maybe even your children. And you start having this conversation hopefully at a quarterly basis, but at least on a 6-monthly basis, that you're having a conversation and seeing, do you align on those hobbies, activities, etc. together, and what are the things that you want to do separately or together. The third activity that is worth doing, or an action worth doing to move to the next stage, is start exploring your social circle outside work. And you could do that by joining clubs, be it sporting clubs, cricket, pickleball, badminton, whatever you like, and you've put it on your Memento Mori tab page of that Excel sheet, because these are good opportunities to interact and build those meaningful relationships, because those relationships also take time. It could be even through those parent-teacher meetings of your children, or even the play dates of your children, and interacting with the parents of those children and starting to build those relationships. But at least it at least widens your scope outside work. So this is some of the actions and the common traits of the first stage. The next stage, which you typically do, is an intermediate stage, and what I would say is that you become retired prepared. So you're getting prepared for retirement, and in this case, you started building those. You have that tap page, and you started building those social circle outside of your work profile. You have started those activities, at least outside work, following those passions. You have those discussions with your spouses, even if you're a spouse, and even if you agree to disagree on things of what you're going to do during retirement, at least that conversation is started. And I think based on all these interactions we've had on the channel, most of the folks on this channel seem to be in this stage, that they have some level of preparedness, they have some level of plan, they are still formulating, etc. So this is the place where most of the people seem to be congregating. One of the common traits of this stage is also that it brings in anxiety and insecurity or the uncertainty during retirement. That will you get bored? What are you going to do the whole time? Will you run out of money? Will you have sufficient money, etc.? But don't worry, everybody goes through that. We also went through the same emotions. But believe me that once you start preparing, once you start putting everything in place, that insecurity, that anxiety would start turning into excitement when you move to the next stage. And what all things can you do to move to the next stages? First is that whatever that so-called memento mori tap page or that plan that you put towards non-financial things, you start putting a budget also towards that. And budget not just from a money perspective, but also from a time and effort perspective that is required to do those activities. Because if, for example, you plan to learn guitar, it means that you will have to dedicate time. If you plan to do hiking, something like what we've started doing, you'll have to start working out and start working, at least taking care of your health. And that brings to the next action, that is start focusing on health. If someone asks us that if we had to do it this whole journey all over again, what are the things that we would like to go back and change? One of the things is health. I wish that we would have taken a lot more care of our health during those earlier years, because it would have enabled us to do a lot more than what we are doing today. Honestly, we are not complaining, because we are still doing a lot more of what we had planned, but I think we could have done much more. So taking care of health at this prepared stage is the right thing to do. The third activity that you should be doing is that identify 2 or 3 people in your core group who you think you trust enough on their opinions, and also that you can have those confidential discussions where you can share your financial as well as your non-financial planning, because it is tremendously important to get that outside in view towards your plan. I think this was one of the things that I feel that we were very fortunate to have 2 people on this journey who we very transparently shared all our financial as well as our non-financial data, and they gave us a lot of critical inputs and feedback that was immensely beneficial for us. If you struggle in finding those couple of people, I would even say that on an anonymous basis, there are a couple of very good Reddit forums about F.I.R.E India, F.I.R.E India. There's at least I'm also, or Visima and I, we both are the members of. We even have a channel like this that you can feel free to comment, and if need be, we can you are welcome to even have a one-on-one conversation, and we can give you some of our guidance, or at least blow holes in your plan if need be. Find those couple of people within your network or outside, and we'll leave you to be the judge that would you want these people to be from a professional network. Personally, I think we would have not done that, because you do not want to be in your professional network revealing that this is your plan, etc., because sometimes unfortunately becomes a career limiting move. But that is something that we leave you to be the best judge, that who you think would be these few trusted people. The last thing, which is also a very important thing to do in this stage, is to start working towards your retirement location. Because it could be that you decide to retire in the house or the city or the town that you're living in right now, but this is a good time in this intermediary or preparedness stage that you can go back to the drawing board and really look at where you want to retire once, let's say, your kids have grown up, they've gone to colleges, etc. What's your ambition there? Come up with your own evaluation criteria. We did a video about revealing our evaluation criteria because not only we retired in a different country, but we moved bag and baggage couple of times. So, and that takes time with all the logistics, the visas, etc. So go through your evaluation criteria, be it about cost of living, quality of life, proximity to family, the social setup, etc., etc. And based on that, start doing an objective evaluation. And if there is a requirement, if it helps you, we are happy to give you our detailed evaluation criteria. We have an Excel sheet, and you can do a fair comparison, an objective comparison, because we've even put a weightage on each of those criteria. So these are some of the actions that can help you move from this intermediate stage to the last stage, what I would call is that you're retired ready stage, the advanced stage, where you are pursuing activities, actively pursuing activities that is outside your work. You have a social circle that is not just dependent on work. You've started, you have your budget, you and your spouse are already very well aligned towards this retirement planning, etc. And if you are at that stage, congratulations, because then you are at least physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially nearing towards that big decision. This is also the stage, as I said, that it comes with a nervous excitement because you are getting prepared or almost prepared. So what are the couple of actions or the stuff that you can do based on our own experience? So the first is that start doing the passive work that you want to do or like to do during your retirement years. So for example, in my prepared stage, I had put that I want to do mentoring, coaching, trainings around sales, negotiations, etc. during the retirement years as a hobby, even if it doesn't come with an income, but it was just something which I find very gratifying. So I started doing in the last 2 years of my active employment or professional years, just pro bono, to see that is this something that I like to do or would like to do during my retirement years, and it validated it that yes, this is the right choice that I want to do. So when you start doing this in parallel to your job, then at least it'll see that if you need to do any course correction there, or is this the right decision that you made. The second is that in the last couple of years, at least in the last 2 years if possible, start living your retirement budget or start working. Your expenses are based on your retirement budget. Yes, you may have some professional related expenses, which is business, entertainment, travel, etc. If you keep that aside, the rest of the expenses, the family expenses that you're leading, this should be very close to your retirement budget, because then at least also it helps you validate that yes, whatever target that you had set towards your expenses, is that a reasonable target, that does it need tweaking or tuning for that. The third is that if possible, whatever you've discussed as a couple, start doing those activities together, or if certain activities that you had discussed as a couple that you want to do separately also. For example, we've spoken in a couple of our other videos that one of the things that Seema and I, we like to do is that we take a few weeks for ourselves and we do activities that we also like to do. So we started doing that in the last few years of the retirement. And the last thing, which is an action where many people don't take that seriously, and it becomes very important to de-link yourself from the career, is the communication and succession plan when it comes to leaving that corporate job. Because if you don't have a good communication and a succession plan, then you continue being at least mentally, you have that obligation, even a moral obligation, that you don't want to just disrupt the work that you are just going to say one day bye-bye and just leave them. So start thinking of who within your work could do that work that you're doing, so that you are planning that succession. And this sometimes becomes difficult because you've not revealed by this stage to your office colleagues, etc., that this is your plan. But also start working on that communication plan, that when would you like to inform your near and dear friends, the key, let's say, social network that is part of your professional network, and how do you want to do it? Do you want to do it by lunches, dinners, etc.? So for example, in our case, almost 6 months before we took this bold step, we started having these one-on-one dinners with some of the people who we really trusted, who were in the broader network, where we thought that they can still give us very good feedback, but also give them not that surprise just the last day that we've left the work and now we've retired. And I also started drafting emails and started working on my succession plan, etc., so that I had all that ready, that the day I tell my boss that this is what my plan would be. And this helps you to at least seamlessly go without creating that big disruption, both at the family front but also at the corporate world. And once you start doing these 3 stages, activities, it'll let you have a smooth landing. It's almost like a parachute that when you jump, that you don't want to open that parachute very late, because then you'll have a very hard landing, or worse, I would say. So the sooner you open it, the more you're prepared, the more smooth landing you will have. So hopefully this video gives you some of the checklists, almost like the action checklist that you can do for each of these stages. You can evaluate where you stand within that. And hopefully this can also help you towards this entire financial and non-financial journey. As always, would love your comments, appreciate your thoughts, feedback, and especially from the folks who've been through this journey. What are the things that you've done other than what I spoke about? Please do add it on the comments so that people who are reading, they can also learn from you, and we can also learn from you, because as we keep saying, that this entire purpose of this channel is also not just to share our experiences, but also learn. And as always, we'll try our best to reply to each and every comment of yours. So till the next video, till the next topic, and till the next location, goodbye from me. Bye-bye.